Many years ago, maybe 20 years ago, I found an unusual hand-sewn manual from Florence, Italy. It consisted of mostly blank pages of handmade paper in a genuine leather book, tan in color. It was the kind of rare antique you could imagine Leonardo da Vinci sketching in, or Michelangelo, or maybe where a wise old wizard noted his insights into how the universe worked. I spent years writing notes in this magical little book. Not diary entries so much as life discoveries. This was my way of keeping track of what I was learning as I explored life. Some of my ideas and discoveries ended up in one of my earlier books, The Attractor Factor. But I didn't reveal all the secrets in my previous book, as I felt they were in many respects too overwhelming for the average person to grasp, let alone use. I also wasn't sure I could fully explain the advanced concepts, so I kept many of the notes to myself. I never intended to publish this material. If I had, I would have typed my insights, not handwritten them, and I certainly would have written more legibly. But there you have it. One of the unfolding lessons in life is you never know what lies around the next corner. The thing you do today, thinking it is for no one but you, could become the thing the public buys, reads, and uses to change how they live. That said, here are the musings of a man in his middle years. I hope these are my middle years. I have much more to learn, which suggests a second volume sometime down the road. But maybe the enclosed will save you some time and trouble along the way. Also, since I don't know it all, yes, I'm surprised too, I have asked others to contribute some of their own life lessons to this manual. You'll find them throughout this recording. Enjoy! You. Congratulations on your life. Your point of power is now. War, economic concerns, poor business, unemployment. It sure looks bad, doesn't it? But I also want to remind you that we have lived, survived, and prospered through far worse times. For example, in 1780, George Washington said, "We are without money and have been so for a great length of time." He went on to create an estate worth $750,000 when he died. In 1840, a traveler said, "So great is the panic, and so dreadful the distress, that there are a great many farms prepared to receive crops, and some of them actually planted, and yet deserted, not a human being to be found upon them." But we got over that problem too. In 1857, an editorial stated, "It is a gloomy moment in history. Not for many years, not in the lifetime of most men who read this newspaper, has there been so much grave and deep apprehension." Well, that passed as well. In 1873, this country had a panic that shook the nation. A newspaper wrote, "All over the country, manufacturers are closing their works and discharging their operatives simply because they can neither sell the goods they make nor borrow money to carry them until the demand for them revives." Yet we survived that panic too. In 1893, one man wrote of the troubling times he saw, "I have been through all the panics of the last 30 years. But I have never seen one in which the distress was so widespread and reached so many people who had previously not been affected as this panic of 1893. And we got through that one too. We also got through the Great Depression of 1929, 2 world wars, the Y2K panic, and even 9/11. What appears to be gloom and doom is often just the focus of the media. Consider what Gandhi once said, "When I despair, I remember that all through history, the ways of truth and love have always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they can seem invincible, but in the end they always fall. Think of it, always." I could go on and on. The point is this: life will always have